All right, there you go, bud. Hey, bud. Yeah, you want some more, bud? Hey, bud. Yeah, buddy.
You had your time, but it isn't now. Locker room's talking, I need you to zip it now.
So, big gulps. And this is why we do the pod together. This is
Speaking
why.
of big gulps,
Yeah.
you're going to gulp really loud when you hear that this is episode 178 of Real Locker Room Talk, which, by the way, we got some exciting news to come.
Are you going to tell them?
Not
Not
week.
Not this week.
No way.
Yeah,
No.
I was going to say.
I'm not telling them this week. We got to do it when the timing's right, but we got some exciting news. But episode 178, Real Locker Room Talk. Don't forget at RLRT Podcast.
Yeah.
Real Locker Room Talk on Facebook, Spotify, Podbean, iTunes, where you can stream the podcast, as well as RLRT TV, the YouTube channel, what you're watching right now. And if you're listening right now, I just told you, go to RLRT TV on YouTube. Everyone's on YouTube.
Yeah, everyone is.
You're looking at other useless stuff on YouTube. You can't just take a chance on ours.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
I'm
Or
just
5.
saying. You know what?
10.
As of today, 33 subscribers on the
Get
YouTube.
out of here.
33, Mitch.
Not bad. I like
We're
it.
trending
Thank
up.
you.
But
Thank you.
with that being said, we got the sister show.
Yes, the sports show. It's hot right now. I'm telling you, we were at the university on the weekend doing our other thing, and we got some. The guy said, what did he say? Hey, you guys go on right after me, and the text boards were through the roof. So for you guys on the sports show that were watching and listening and doing whatever, we're sorry we didn't answer. We weren't there. They didn't tell us to be there. So if you said something, we'll get to it. We'll figure it out. But I feel like we let people down.
We had no idea, Mitch.
I didn't know.
We had no idea.
Yeah,
I didn't know what to say. But
felt
yeah,
bad.
the sports show on the local radio, CJSW 90.9 FM, playing the second Tuesday of every month.
Yeah.
That is 11:30 a.m. and 8:30 p.m. Mountain Time. So if you're local, you can tune into the radio. They have it on the website, cjsw.com. And if you're not local, why not? It's the same show.
Yeah, it's the same show.
We just throw a little bit of university flavor in there too, for the university kids.
Yeah, hey, they're special.
One day we're going to talk about them.
Yeah,
on the
it's true.
main show.
Good point.
So why not
Yeah.
get them now when we can get free tickets to the game?
It's so true. Let's get down to it, partner. Let's talk about the weekend and the craziness that ensued. Let's start in the boxing world because there's a huge fight coming up in not this weekend, next weekend. It's going to be the Wilder Fury 2 or 3, pardon me. But in the interlude, call it the appetizer, was the Joshua versus Usyk fight. Usyk is how you pronounce it? Usyk? Is that how you say it? Usyk. Any guy's last name that sounds like the music that I used to translate? Usyk. You got my vote. And he put the beating of a lifetime to Joshua. Dimitri called it. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't like giving him praise, but I'm going to give him praise when he deserves it. He called it. He said, Mitch, watch out. This guy can actually make damage happen. This guy can do it. And man, did he ever. And now he's changed it all up again in the boxing world.
Oh, man, you can't. I don't know what Joshua was doing, Mitch. Why was he trying to outbox this guy? He was too rigid. It's not his style. Joshua likes to take his time and then throw the power and connect. And he can do it. But he got completely outboxed.
Yeah.
And Rosser, I've been watching this guy for a very long time. Okay, if you're a fan of boxing, he's not a new name. He's not a household name, and that's why I said even the last podcast, I go, you know what? I don't know why they would take a fight like this. I guess I understand it's the mandatory, but when you were about to make the biggest money fight maybe of all time, like we're talking, COVID is people are going to stadiums now. You got Wembley Stadium. You got 2 British boxers. I mean, and you give it up to take the mandatory. Let me explain something to you. If you don't want to take your mandatory, there's 2 things that happen. A, you lose a belt.
Right.
Fine.
Okay.
B, you give them money and you bypass.
Give them the money.
Okay. So who cares if you lose the belt on this one?
Yeah.
You have a unification fight right after the mega fight.
True.
So I don't understand why they took it. And the thing with this Usyk guy, Mitch, he came up from cruiserweight, where he was dominating. So what's cruiserweight? Literally the division right under the heavyweight division.
That would make sense.
Okay. So Let me explain to you, and you can go back on YouTube since you're YouTubing.
Yeah, since you're watching us, pause. Now go to this.
Okay. When you're YouTubing, I'm going to tell you about a couple of guys in boxing history.
Okay.
Number one, there's the anomaly, Muhammad Ali. What made the guy so great, Mitch? He can move.
He can move. He
Okay.
can shake. Sting like a butterfly. No, what was it?
Sting like a
bee.
butterfly, float like a bee.
No, wait. It was float like a bee, sting like a butterfly. Right.
Yeah.
No.
Cocoon like a butterfly, make honey like a bee. That's
Eat
what it
like
was.
a bear, kick like a horse.
Exactly.
Right.
If you ain't first, you're last.
I'm gonna write
Quotes.
this down. Maga Malaka next week. Quotes.
right.
Yeah, I got it.
And I
It's
quote.
kind of creepy. You thought of the same thing I did.
There we go. That's
All
the
right.
name of this episode. And I quote. So here's the things. You got Muhammad Ali. This guy was arguably the greatest heavyweight of all time.
Yeah.
Although whatever, I'm a Joe Louis. Hey, you know what? Next conversation. That's number one. Number two. There's a guy named James Toney. If you haven't heard of James Toney, this guy was a fighter in the early 2000s. He came from cruiserweight into heavyweight.
Yeah.
Knows how to move. Usyk's the same guy. These guys are cruiserweight. They're not bulky enough where they can't move. They still need speed.
Yeah.
They still need to be able to move around the ring. And then you move them up to heavyweight, and
Right.
guess what happens?
Messes everything up.
Yeah. And so when you look at Klitschko, people can say what they want, but when you have a frame like that and you can move, you can be a champ for 10 years before guys like Joshua or Fury come in. Bad thing. This was the worst thing that ever happened. Bad management. You went for broke when you didn't have to. I was upset, Mitch.
Yeah, I don't blame you, buddy. And you know what? To that point, would you say that Fury, even though is a true heavyweight, I mean, the guy was tipping the scales closer.
But
to
he
like,
moves.
But that's what I was
Then
going
he
with.
moves,
He
and
fights like a
that's
cruiserweight,
it.
but was never a cruiserweight, and that's why maybe he's still the greatest of all time. Dare I say? I mean, if he wins again this coming in the next weekend or so, people got to start using his name. They got to start saying it more often and saying, "Hey, Fury is the real deal," right? Going forward. Staying on the boxing front for a quick second. October the 4th, Monday, October the 4th, I might add. It's Cambosos versus Lopez. I was perusing the internets the other day. George, I got to be honest. I'm still trying to figure out why you guys are fighting on a Monday. There's nothing. Triller said, hey, it's happening on a Monday. Madison Square, they're going to fight it out. Lopez is a little pissed. So I guess what happened was when the fight got canceled, Lopez turned around. He's in the bed. He's not feeling well. Lopez basically was, kind of staying away from everyone, obviously, because he got the COVID. But Cambosos went looking for everybody. Ran into a couple of his family members. Lopez has now gone on to the internets, the TMZs, and everyone else and said, hey, I'm going to break his face. Lopez, chill out, buddy. You're the one that's been running away from our boy Cambosos. So even though it's on a Monday, which I'm prepared to do, to watch, I still can't figure it out. I know I said I'd boycott it, but I got to watch it.
I
gotta watch it.
We're juiced
But
in.
I still don't understand the Monday.
Like the car payment's almost over. Why trade it in now?
Yeah, why trade it in
Why
now?
trade it
It's
in?
true.
Just pay the damn thing
Hey,
off and
Georgie, you can count on two guys that are going to be there on the Monday. Don't you worry. We'll be there either which way. From there, let's move over to actually real quick. I didn't tell you about this. I forgot about it. I didn't even write it down. I just thought of it.
Yeah.
Last week on this very podcast, we may have stirred a little bit of a nest, a bee's nest. if you will.
Okay.
South Carolina, George is not very happy with us.
Why? What's his problem?
Old cousin Jim's not very happy with us.
Surprise.
So, yes, seriously, right? This Owen Hart situation.
Yeah.
Last week we came out, we said, we don't understand AEW. Why are you guys getting involved in something you guys don't, you're not really a part of? George made a lot of compelling points. I'd like to change my stance now. I'm going to go on George's side. I'm going to say, George, I'm sorry. We love you. You know we don't want you to ever not stop listening to us. Not that he threatened. He didn't say that.
He's not a threatening
But
guy.
you know what? In all
Well,
honesty,
cousin Jim, I could see threatening.
George made a lot of good points, which I would love to go into. But because we've cut the podcast down considerably, I'm just going to say this. George is right. George, you're right. Bottom line, the Owen Hart scenario, the fact that AEW is saying, hey, Hart family, we're going to do this for you. This is why we're going to do it for you. And the circumstances are simply this. It was a traumatic and tragic event. And at the end of the day, why should the WWE, which really at the end of the day didn't back the Hart family up in this case, and I mean, they even screwed over the brother years later in other circumstances. I kind of get the point, man. George made me realize that maybe this isn't about AEW, WWE. It's just about wrestling.
I can't give it to you yet, George.
Well, we're down to 32 subscribers now. And there it is. There it is. And there it is. All right. From there, let's talk about baseball. We are
really quick before we'll get off of boxing. Wilder, Fury, October 9th on a Saturday.
That's right.
When boxing should be.
Yeah,
okay? Right. Quick pick. Who do you got?
I was going to talk about it more next week, but since you put me on the spot, we'll talk about it again.
Buddy, just touch and go, and we'll talk next
100%.
Week.
It's Fury. 1,000,000% Fury all day long.
I got Wilder on
I
this
know
one.
You do, and that's why I did. But honestly, Fury all day.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Do we have a show before the fight?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, so why don't we think about a bet next week?
Okay,
let's make it interesting.
And done. You invited me over to your house.
I did.
That alone is an anomaly, ladies and gentlemen. That's a big
no.
thing. No. What's right is right.
Hold on.
No, wait, what?
Mitch?
You invited me over.
Don't say Malachias.
Okay? Yeah, come on.
No.
Hey, who do you believe? Subscribe.
Hold on. Coach's challenge.
What?
How many times have I invited you to my house for fight nights?
0.
Coach's challenge.
Right,
you can't lie.
Once.
Twice.
Once and a half.
Okay?
Yeah. Once and a half.
This is the guy who says he's 5'10".
5'11" and a half.
5'11" and a half.
Anywho's, we're off to baseball.
Can't trust them.
You can't trust those 5'11ers. The MLB, it's buddy, this is one of the funnest Major League Baseball wildcard races I've ever seen, ever, of all time. Last week at this very time, the Blue Jays were in. The Blue Jays now are out, and they're one game behind the Seattle Mariners, which are one game out as well. It's right now, if we had to start the playoffs right now, it's the Yankees and the Bo Sox in. Great for baseball, but for us that want to talk about baseball and for us here in Canada, Blue Jays are one game out, and Seattle all of a sudden, Canada's other team, they're right there.
Canada's other team.
Well, they are.
Isn't it, though?
Yeah, they are.
Isn't it? They're pretty much.
Right across the border.
You know, boy, did Seattle come out of
Yeah,
nowhere. And justifiably so.
Right.
And here's what I love about it. Everyone's so concerned about the division. And I get why. Look, as Jays fans, I mean, you know, by default, we have to be Jays fans. I understand it. Like, it's a compelling division year in, year out. Forget the Jays. Red Sox, Yankees alone. But then you got the Rays that have been good for the last little bit. The Jays, you know, as of, you know, I'd say the last decade, really, from that kind of Anthopoulos era.
Yeah.
They you know, they've made splashes. So you're focused on that because that race is so tight. And then all of a sudden, here comes ex-boyfriend.
Yeah. Here's the ex-boyfriend.
Sorry, I was back in town. I thought you died in the war. No. I was stationed in Germany and then I came back. I couldn't write because I was, right? I mean.
Yeah, I know.
Now what?
I don't know.
This is like an episode of Love Island.
This is like Love Island.
It's a new name for the podcast.
Write that down. I like that. No, you know what? The Blue Jays, I feel like the Blue Jays got enough offensive power to make it happen. The problem is they had a 3-game series with the Yankees. They didn't do very well there. The Yankees have just caught fire at the right time. The Bo Sox they were up so good that now they can flutter back and forth. They can still get in there.
Sure.
But Seattle's hot going into the last basically week of the season. Man, this is going to get hot and this is going to get crazy. Blue Jay pitching. They gotta just stay the course. The offense will be there. Guys, get Ray on the mound every day. This is my thought. I know that you're supposed to have pitchers on every 4 or 5 days. Mm-hmm. You put Ray on there every day.
You just got to get in.
You just got
do what you got to do to get
Ray
in.
pitches tonight, tomorrow, and the next night. Done. And you'll make it.
Here's the reality. Yeah. When it's this close and you get these the series that go on, right?
Yeah.
Before then, that's the make or break. I'm not confident the Jays are going to make it now. They hit the Yankees, right? Yeah. And that was, you know, they're within 2 games.
Right.
Game and a half, actually.
True.
Right? Then they lose one. It's not a good look. And so the Yankees, if they come out of this series,
right,
it's over.
Yeah.
Like, this is all it's come down to. It's who's going to play who in whatever, series to cap off the season. One team's ahead, and that's all there is to it. So,
exactly.
I mean, it's so close, and then you add the Seattle factor for the Wild. I'm going crazy.
Exactly.
But I would say forget Seattle. It all came down to this Yankees series, and it just depends how the Jays come out of it. And if they can be in at least one game of the Yankees or one game of the wild card, I'd say I think so. But I think the Yankees got their number, Mitch.
Yeah, they do. They just do. You know what? And once the Yankees catch you, they got you. And it just is what it is. So we're cheering for you. We're hoping, because I'll be honest,
They'll yank your hopes away.
they really will.
That's why they're the
Yankees. I got what you did.
You
there.
see what
I saw that.
I can't verify that's why they're called the
Nope.
Yankees.
That's not.
Yep.
Yeah, I can tell you why. But anyways, from there, let's go to another American big-time sport, and that's the Ryder Cup. Yeah, we're going to talk simply a little bit of golf. So the Ryder Cup, I got to be honest, years ago, I didn't quite understand this whole fiasco of U.S. versus Europe or the world when it came to golf. I was like, well, the U.S. is going to bust everyone's face. Well, maybe years ago they did, and then all of a sudden Europe took kind of the front stage, if you will. They all of a sudden turned around and said, hey, you know what? We're actually pretty good at golf, and we'll show you. And they've been destroying, and some of the top-ranked golfers over the last 5 years have all been Europeans. Well, go into Wisconsin, which, they change it up. So you can imagine the guys that are from France or, Netherlands or wherever coming over to good old Wisconsin.
Hey.
Fans were in full force. I'll give them that. But the Americans put a beating on the Europeans this week. And you know what? You got to give it to the man, Mr. Gretzky, DJ Johnson, coming through. First player in 42 years to get the maximum 5 points in the Ryder Cup, okay? First guy in 42 years to do it. Mr. Gretzky, aka Dustin Johnson, does it. But the big thing, I think I speak for everyone when I say it, that everyone.
What was his motivation, Mitch?
What was his motivation? What was it? I wonder what it was.
Look, I'll tell you what it was. Kepka. He's coming in.
He's coming in.
He's coming in hot.
He is.
He's a consoler. He's there when people need him.
That's right.
Like Mr. or Mrs. Gretzky's wife.
Right. It's true. Yeah. Hey, how you doing?
How you doing? He's like, whoa, you're gonna come in on my action.
But here's the thing. You're talking about the Kepka. What about the DeChambeau? Remember that movie Best of the Best? Eric Roberts.
Yeah.
The guys didn't really like each other.
Coach? James Earl Jones.
Yeah. Darth Vader, your favorite guy, right? That's the thing. So here's my whole thing on it. I think I speak for everyone when I say everybody was waiting to watch DeChambeau take his driver and smash it over Kepka's head, and or vice versa. But it never happened. Why? Because they said, hey, USA, we're here together. We're going to be on this team together. And when they played together, look what they did. Look what they did in the best of the best. They beat the Koreans. No one thought Koreans could be beaten in their own
Koreans
game.
are tough.
They're very tough in karate.
Yeah.
But they lost to the Americans. Eric Roberts came out of nowhere and did it all with a bum shoulder, I might add.
Yeah, but you know what? I think the Korean martial art is Hapkido.
Listen, I'm just talking about what happened. In the
I'm
movie,
just
right?
saying. So
All I'm saying.
You're saying karate. That's a Japanese. It's a
Was
Japanese
it
discipline.
Japanese? I apologize.
And,
I'm just saying the movie was karate.
I'm just saying.
Was it
It's like
not?
saying the Olympics didn't start in Greece. How would you feel?
I would be
How would you?
upset. I would be a
Well,
little
I'm just
upset.
saying.
Yeah.
What's right is right, Henry.
It's true. But in all honesty, are you surprised those two didn't go at it? Were you surprised they could hold their temperament?
See, they need to market this better. USA all the way, fine. But they should go at it. It
Yeah.
makes for better TV.
Way
But
better.
here's the most important thing.
All of a sudden,
Do you think
Team Europe? No chance.
No chance. Here's what I learned.
Yeah.
Home field advantage in Wisconsin is just that.
It really
you
is.
don't come in the fall
No.
to play football or golf.
That's right.
Smart move, USA.
Well done.
DeChambeau, more like D. Lambeau.
Well said. I can't even counter with that. That was beautiful. I loved it. Well done, USA. Very entertaining. It was fun to watch. Next week, this very podcast, not only are we going to do all the fun stuff, NHL preview. Hey, the preseason's already started. The Kraken, they're cracking it up right now. Let me tell you. Hey, I wanted to do what you do. I wanted to jump in on it. No, but in honesty, let's talk a little NHL. Maybe we'll call Johnny Hockey. Maybe we won't. But either which way, I'm looking forward to it.
Is he eligible to be vaccinated?
I believe he is.
Well, we got to ask him. That's the thing now.
Let's just say this: if there's a kid that's out there that got vaccinated, it's I would imagine he would. He's a very responsible.
He probably already got the booster.
I would say that he's administering
He
the shot.
probably figured out he's probably on the vaccination board.
That's right. He 100% is. Him and that beautiful flow of his. That's right. All right, let's get into it. It's NFL Week 3 just finished up. Ladies and gentlemen, it's everyone's favorite segment. It's the 60-second snap count. Here we go.
It is already, hey?
It is. Are you ready for it?
I'll tell you in a sec. Let me just move the mic. I got to go this way. I don't know why I don't do this
whichever way you feel comfortable.
Okay, buddy. Tell me when to go.
And go.
To start the snap count is the way the Panthers are starting the season. Perfect. 3-0. Are they the Cinderella story of the NFL? Speaking of Cinderella, is that who plays for the defense for the Colts? Yeah, I went there. Speaking of Colt, what rhymes with Colt? Bolt. That's right. The Chargers electrocuted the Chiefs this week. Speaking of the Chief, hey, Big Ben, I think it's time to retire. You do not have one more left in you, buddy.
Hey.
Speaking of one, hey, Chicago's got to be the first at something. They're the only team to only get one net positive yard in a game. I mean, let's talk about yards for a second. Justin Tucker, honey, sugar, baby. You put a Mario Lemieux 66 up. That's what I love. Talk about great ones. Josh Allen, he's officially been the great one for challenging Al Bundy's poke high record, 4 touchdowns in a single game, never to be beaten. And that's the 60-second snap count.
55.8 right there on the money. Not as good as last week. Last week you were on the 40.
Can I tell you how in sync I am right now?
Yeah.
Look at this. Josh Allen.
Yeah,
Don't I have one more?
you do. You could have did it. You had time. You got nervous.
I felt no.
You got nervous.
I would have went over. That was a 6-second. That's a 6-second clip right there.
That's true.
Can I tell it anyways?
Yeah, of course.
thank
And
God.
wait,
Hold on.
wait. By the way, my heartbeat is at 76. Exciting.
Wow.
That's sitting.
Okay, I'll give it to you.
Go.
Overtime. Speaking of single game, Packers 49ers, obviously the game of the league. But speaking of league, NFL, how the hell do you do it on the marquee games every year?
59.9. Look at this. I can't lie about this.
There we go.
This is big numbers. Congratulations again. That is big. That's your best one maybe today. When you did the Colt, what rhymes with Colt? It's Bolt. That's why we do the 60-second snap count right there. Well, speaking of that, let's start with that one. Let's start with a little bit of the Chiefs. Everyone's saying they're going to win the Super Bowl. They're the greatest team ever.
Two-time.
They figured out Tampa Bay. They saw them last year. They know what to do. Now 1-2, losing to the Bolts. I mean, granted, the Bolts, a lot of people have high expectations on Justin Hebert and the rest of the boys. But were you as surprised as I was to see that the Kansas City Chiefs, I don't know, there's just something wrong. And then at the end of the game, hopefully everything's okay. But Andy Reid had to get in an ambulance and taken to the hospital. Long story short, this is not looking that great for the Chiefs right now. I know it's early, but thoughts?
I'm not worried. It's got, remember a few weeks ago when we talked about Djokovic, where you had some haters saying, "Oh, he's a choke artist," and we're like, "Really? Because you didn't win all 4 in a year?" This is how I see it with the Chiefs. I mean, we're getting all up in arms because why? Really? This is the first time in how long they've lost 2 in a row? Mm-hmm. And I mean, first of all, short week, grueling game. They played a bad game. You know what? They just all played a bad game.
Yeah.
Okay, that was not the Chiefs. They just had a bad game, and it just so happens that they're 1-2. But unless something's really going on, time will tell. There's not anybody that can look themselves in the eyes and really say, "Oh, Chiefs, you're in trouble."
See, here's the thing. I agree with you. It's still too early
Unless
to
you're
be worried.
you're also a guy that would trade Connor McDavid.
I would, I'll still do it. I'll do it right before the trade deadline this year, and I'll do it before the season starts. Give me the chance to do it. Now, with that being said, you're also talking the AFC West. You got the Raiders 3-0.
Okay.
You got the Bolts 2-1, and the Chiefs. And Denver, pardon me, 3-0. You've got a competitive AFC West this year. The Chiefs have to take it serious. And here's the thing. I'm dead serious when I say this. That defense has to get better. The Chiefs offense, I'm never going to worry about. You got the Mahomes, you got the Kelsey, you got the Tyreek Hill.
Hills, yeah.
I'm not worried about the offense. It's the defense that seems to not be able to live up to the expectations. No one's expecting them to be the best defense in the league, but they're not even there. I wouldn't even consider them in the top 10. I wouldn't even consider them in the top 15, I'll be quite honest. And when they can't stop the run this early in the season, Dimitri,
it's a tough
heading
sell.
into October, November, the colder months, when teams are going to start running the ball more, Kansas City's got a big problem ahead of them if they don't fix that up sooner than later.
Okay, that's fair enough. I mean, given the landscape of what the other teams are doing, but at the same time, I don't see those teams continually making a huge run where Kansas City can't compete. I don't see the Raiders, go. Maybe I'll eat my words. Maybe they might go 12-4, right? I mean, at this point, they got to win 3, lose 1, win 3, lose 1.
Right,
so they're trending, but I don't see that whole division going 12-4.
Right.
And what I mean is to say that the Chiefs can still, maybe even win this division, but they can still make a splash. And that's, again, I don't want to get in too much in panic mode yet. They just had a bad game, and it happened to be off of a game that they should have won had it not been for a running back fumbling.
Agreed. Speaking of games that would have won, almost won, didn't win, Packers, 49ers, Sunday night. I'm yelling. I'm not asking my wife. Yelling at the TV because I'm like, you did it again. You lost in the last minute. I was furious. And then all of a sudden, Rodgers, 30-something seconds left, moves the ball down.
37.
37. Moves the foot. But here's the thing with it. As impressive and as happy as I am the Packers
Say it,
won,
Mitch, because I swear you're going to say the same thing I am.
I don't know. Where we lost, where we won this is why we would have lost it if the ball was on the other end. Follow me on this. The defense in the NFL has become so soft that they're leaving, buddy. When with 37 seconds left, you're giving guys 20-yard routes. You're basically counting on the kicker to not hit the field goal. You're going, get close enough, and we'll see what happens.
I don't know about that, Mitch. I don't know about that.
I'm impressed with the Packers. Good, but buddy, our defense is not going to take us to the Super Bowl. I'm telling you that right now. Until they wake up.
Fair enough. Well, there's two things on defense. Number one, since the beginning of time, I swear, the Packers' MO. 1st and 10, stop them, the run.
Yes.
2nd and 10, corner steps up.
Yep.
3rd and 10, 15-yard play.
I know.
Every single time, and I'm yelling. Second part of the defense, Mitch, you're wrong. You're playing zone, okay?
Yeah.
You're playing zone in those ones. You're boxing it out. The real genius on that first throw was, you know what? Rodgers, great play call, but it's at Adams. He did two things. He's fast, he's good, and he can adjust to catch a ball that's thrown behind him.
Yes, agreed.
Okay, let's call it what it is.
Yeah, him and Rodgers are like
Rodgers there and
feel each other out.
Exactly.
Do you want to be Rodgers and I'll be Adams, or do you want to be
I thought
Adams?
you'd never ask. You're the runner.
Hey, true.
Right?
You got a point. Yes.
But it's just he threw the ball a little bit behind him, but big play.
Yeah.
But where Rodgers comes in is he's a leader. So when he runs and tells people, you get there because we got to spike it, you spike it.
Yeah.
And Rodgers is Rodgers. Great. By the way, that pass to Valdez-Scantling.
Yes. Buddy, beautiful.
I just...
Mona Lisa, beautiful.
Yes, it is Mona. That's a Mona Lisa pass.
That was a Mona
Lisa
pass.
perfect.
Yeah.
Defender was completely stretched out.
Yep.
Arc was perfect. End zone. Receivers got to make a play. It just...
Beautiful.
It was unbelievable. But that game, I thought it was over too. The DB told me he went to bed. Okay. The CD is texting me saying there's still a chance. I thought it was over on the non-call helmet to helmet.
Yeah. Okay? I'm with you there. I wouldn't lie.
I'm like, okay, we're done. Like he was out cold. I thought he died for 4 seconds.
I thought he was dead too. Yeah.
Like, well, you know what? We're bound to see it at some point.
I was actually ordering flowers for his widow. Yeah.
And Koepka was talking to his wife already.
He's
Hey, what are you doing? I'm a consoler. Do you need to be consoled? That's just what he does.
That's his thing.
But
He's a
Mitch,
consoler, yeah.
all jokes aside, you're right, man. These not just the Packers, all these potent offenses, they just have to get it together. Because let me tell you what another team out in the league's doing, Mitch.
Sure, tell me.
There's a little team called Tampa Bay with with a good defense, great defense, a winnable defense apparently.
A winnable defense.
Fantastic offense.
Good offense.
Quarterback may have heard of him.
Yeah, he's not bad.
And then they go, hey, you, that guy from Seattle, and then you did a little stint in Richard Sherman.
Yeah, sure. Hey,
you.
How you doing?
You want to come?
Do you need a
play?
team? No one's taking you yet?
Do you want to?
Oh, yeah, sure. Come on.
Come on.
Come on over.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. It's
Mitch, they're like the Church of Latter-day Saints. They're accepting everyone and anyone.
So
and it's
crazy.
It's a damn good community.
It's a great,
Okay?
buddy. I couldn't agree more. Yeah, they just signed him to a 1-year contract the other day. And here's the best part: on Sunday they take on the Rams. The Rams, I gotta say one thing. I know it's 3-0. It's early in the season, but the Rams do look good. They look legit. They look like, and you know what? They kind of handled Tampa Bay kind of easily. Like we can say, well, it's early in the season, and you know what? Last year, very first game of the season, the Saints put the beating on Tampa Bay, and then what happened? We all know the story. Tampa Bay came back, wins the Super Bowl. So don't be surprised when they play each other again and Tampa Bay comes out. But with all due purpose, respect to the Rams right now, they're looking good. Let's talk about this week going in, all right? You got Tom Brady heading back to Foxborough on Sunday Night Football, all right? Hey, by the way, Cambosos, Lopez, this is how you do marketing, okay? So these guys are going to play each other. You got Billy Ball against his arch nemesis, Tom Brady. And just to add a little spice, a little salt to it, if Tom Brady accumulates 68 passing yards, he will surpass Drew Brees as the all-time leading passer in the NFL. 7 Super Bowls, 6'4", taking 199th overall. The greatest player in NFL history, and he's about to break the all-time record at home against his old team, against the coach that he basically hates. Tell me right now that he's not Jesus. Tell me right now to my face, like, what is going on? They're brothers. We made this joke a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's legit now.
Yeah,
we
get
write
it.
This.
Tom,
No script could write this.
Tom Brady is Jesus' brother.
They're
There
first
was
cousins at the
Jesus,
least. At the
James,
least.
and Tom.
James and Tom.
Okay, that's all there is to it, Mitch.
Dude, this is
No,
unbelievable.
the unsung heroes of the NFL, and we got to give them credit, and they deserve their due. I'm talking to you, scheduler.
Hey.
I'm talking to you, scheduler and analytics guy.
Probably name's Gary, isn't
the
it?
The guys who went to school to learn coding because it's the way of the future. And guys like us laughed at you and said, the way of the future is to buy a couple microphones and talk about sports, you dummies.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we're sorry.
I'm very
we
sorry.
are sorry.
I don't
Mitch,
know what happened.
I'll tell you what happened.
Yeah.
Man, oh man. The team went into the lab and said, "Hey guys, Tom Brady's
left.
He's on pace for the record, hey?"
me, just-
Okay, hold on. Do some homework. What's his average pass per game?
Passes 200
He's got
and something.
he's like 280,
Yeah.
high end 330.
Okay,
Okay,
if
he's
you
got
carry the
average.
one.
So if you do this 4 games, you got got it.
68 yards at Foxborough.
Yeah, week 4 we got to put him against. We got to do it. There's the Da Vinci Code.
I agree.
There it is.
There it is.
But how smart are these guys, though? Like, never mind that they schedule a Kansas City Baltimore because it's divisional.
Yeah, right.
And you got 2 quarterbacks,
Yeah.
right? You know it's going to probably be a good game.
Yeah.
And it works out. You luck out on the first Thursday nighter. Everything's fantastic. But this is where the NFL just gets it and says Sunday night on the marquee game, we have this opportunity. They're opportunists.
I know.
And this is going to be something amazing.
This week 4, I was looking at the schedule.
And then coming from a loss, Mitch.
I know. Both
just
of them,
look at
too.
this. I'm in your space.
Like, I'm not going to
I
lie
just
to you.
touched you.
I could see Belichick running out with a lead pipe and smashing his knee. He can't let
Bill
this happen.
Kerrigan or Bill Harding.
Bill Harding. Write that down. Bill Harding. That's the name of the podcast. Bill Harding. Because there's no way you
What was
can't
the
let him
guy-
do that.
What was the guy's name? What was her boyfriend's name?
Galooly.
Galooly.
No, it's Galooly?
Jeff
Yeah,
Galooly.
Jeff
Galooly.
You two idiots. What's wrong with you two?
Look, Tanya, you don't know anything, but when she goes in after the double or the triple lux, when she comes off to get her scores before she goes back in, I'm going to let Piper in the knee.
Yeah. I'm going to wear everything the same. Mask. She'll never know.
It's
She'll
crazy,
never know.
man.
Such an idiot. All right, listen. Week 4, on top of that, that's your primetime game, okay? The rest of the week's pretty hot. I'm not going to lie to you. Real quick, Bills Texans. I know a lot of people aren't excited about that one, but here's why I'm a little excited about that one. Okay. Bills are favored by 16 points in that game, but the Bills, I don't know. I'm still on the brink of are they for real or not? And they're turning into real. And I'm going to probably get on the bus finally. Ravens, Broncos. Broncos favored by 1. Tampa Bay's favored by 7 in New England. I don't know what to do. I gotta take Tampa Bay there, right? And then you got San Fran, Seattle, interdivision. Pittsburgh. Hey, Pittsburgh Taylor. Hey, girl. How you doing? Listen, you're taking on Green Bay this weekend. In Green Bay. You might want to place a little bet with her this weekend. You know what I mean? Do me a little favor. Let her know. The Mitch wants to put a little bet.
Pittsburgh Taylor.
Wait a minute.
Oh, Pittsburgh Taylor. I've seen this story play out.
Oh, yeah?
It was called Super Bowl circa 2010.
Oh, right.
Except we only won by 5 points.
That's right.
Because, well, you know something? We weren't on our home ice. Now we're on our home ice.
Now we're on home ice.
So, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
roster.
Are you doing it?
Pittsburgh Taylor. Everyone on the sports show. If I were you, I'd hammer the money line, the spread, and everything green because the Green Bay Packers is the money-making matchup of the week.
It's back.
It's back, baby.
He's done it. Oh, I love it. I can't do the 5-star now. After that, I can't do it.
Come on, Mitch. Come on.
If you want a 5-star pick of the week, I'll give it to you now. You take San Francisco and you take the -3 and you go hard. Why? Everyone's going, Seattle, they got no defense. They got no heart. Russell, I don't know what happened. Your wife's wearing your jersey at the Met Gala. Bottom line, 5-star pick of the week. You take the 49ers. What? It's back.
4.
Yeah.
T9 plus 1 55.0 5-star pick of the week.
There it is. From there,
We don't script it.
we don't do this. This
This
is
is-
all. I actually passed a little note. I don't know if you noticed that, teacher. I did a little this. He jumped right on it. Boom, done. There it is. From
That's
there,
all.
we go to the
I like what you
rapid-
did.
You don't see that?
Hey, I just want to say, not,
I did this.
not many,
You guys ever see Spies Like Us? You ever see that movie?
no one sees I know what you did. Hey, thank you.
Hey, I'm here for you. We said we were going to do it, and then we kind of got off topic, and I'm like, oh,
Mitch,
shiznick.
you kill me.
We got to do it. It's
can't.
time for rapid
But I
banter.
picked it up.
Oh, you sure did.
I picked it
Not
up.
only did you pick it up, sir, you took it to the end zone.
Hey,
Hey.
that's something
There it is.
Pittsburgh won't do this week.
Did I say we lost George? Guess what? We gained George and maybe 2 more after that. There it is. All right, it's rapid banter time. You ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Manny Pacquiao is retiring and running for president of the Philippines. Do you think he'll be a better president or a better boxer?
Oh, it's still something he's going to be defeated in.
Oh. Richard Sherman, outspoken CB, signed 1-year deal with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Can Tom calm him down?
Well, we just came from boxing, and in true spirit, in this corner, he will.
On Monday Night Football, LeBron James said that during the 2014 NBA strike, the Dallas Cowboys and the Seattle Seahawks offered him contracts to play. Who would he have signed with?
Cowboys.
Yeah, it is his favorite team.
Cowboys. Easy.
Tight end. Like, what would you, if you're LeBron, if you're a quarterback?
No, you couldn't
It didn't
take
matter
it.
if Jason Garrett was still the quarterback then. You're throwing up 7-foot lobs, and he's just taking it down.
LeBron James slips on the court, Mitch, and then goes down like he's playing soccer.
Right.
There is no way he's going to be playing football.
You don't think he would have played?
No, I think he embellished the story.
Yeah, maybe a little.
I think what it was is the Cowboys, okay, and the Seahawks invited him down during the lockout.
Come here.
And he's like an over-exaggerating, goes, yeah, they wanted me to play, bro. But I said
I
no,
couldn't do
I
it."
can't do it.
Yeah.
I'm
Insurance purposes.
I'm a basketball guy.
I
You
got a
need
thing.
me.
I got a knee.
I got to take, I got to take my talents to South Beach.
Emmett Smith is selling his $2.2 million house, but in the package is a free dinner with him and to talk about anything you want. Is it worth a $2.2 million to buy his house?
How is he only living in a $2.2 million house?
I was thinking the same thing.
That's a little low.
It sounds like maybe it's just one of. One of. Ronda Rousey just gave birth to her first child, a little baby girl. Formula or protein shakes?
Protein.
Yeah, oh yeah,
oh
she's
yeah.
heavy on the
Oh yeah, heavy.
Justin Tucker just kicked an NFL record 66-yarder to win his game on Sunday. What can you kick 66 yards down the field?
That mother Tucker did it again.
You like it? Tyrone Woodley did get the I love Jake Paul tattoo, but he did it on his middle finger. Fair is fair, or no, man, we had a deal. Should he get
Fair
his
is
rematch?
fair.
Fair is fair.
Fair is fair.
You think he should get it? His rematch. He said it was supposed to be on his thigh. It was supposed to be.
Nah. Give it to him. He still did it.
He did it on
Still
right
did
on his
it.
middle finger. It's
Come
actually kind of
on,
funny. MJ's underwear sold at a recent auction for $2.7 million, $278,000, and they were definitely used by the auctioneer, as he said. Too much or not really nearly enough?
I wonder if those are 6-0.
My question is, how do you come to this conclusion? You're like, hey, can I get your underwear? And then years later, try to sell it and never wash it. Like, I get it.
Yeah, but you can't wash it.
But okay, here, let's follow this. I love the MJ. I don't want his underwear.
Right.
Why does anyone want? What are you going to do with it? Hey, come over to my house, Dimitri. Take a look at.
How do you
Michael
authenticate
Jordan's
that? How do you authenticate championship
Well, it's
underwear?
definitely used, apparently. Yeah. So the University of Arizona NCAA, they started at 0-5, Pac-12, granted, very competitive division. They are actually taking on walk-on tryouts even during the season. They've said, hey, we suck so bad, we need walk-ons to come on. Yes or no to the walk-ons?
They're not thinking right. You should just be the official unvaccinated team in the league, and no one's going to touch you, and it'll open up the field.
Really open up.
Smart.
That's smart.
Smart.
Lael Collins suspended from the Dallas Cowboys when he tried to bribe an NFL drug test collector. Who was more wrong, Collins for trying to bribe, or the drug collector for not taking the bribe?
You're already a drug collector.
By the way, that's a nice way of saying you collect somebody's pee.
Take the bribe.
Take the bribe.
That's all I'm saying.
That's it.
That's it.
There it is, rapid banter.
Beautiful.
Like, how committed are you to your job that you're like, what'd you say? 100,000? Excuse me, sir. You're offside. Now give me your pee. What is wrong with you?
Speaking of pee, we got to hurry up and take this to the showers pretty quick.
Yeah,
Mitch.
here we go.
We're at the mark.
We're at the mark. Maga Malaka time. We talked about it at the beginning of the podcast. We're still baffled by it, everybody. We don't understand it. Monday, boxing. It's for the lightweight championship of the world, and they're doing it on Monday. So it's Maga Malaka. Things to do on a Monday instead of a championship fight. Here we go. Workout, Maga or Malaka?
Malaka, it's Monday.
It's Monday.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's like the
day.
second Sabbath.
It's right. You can't do that. Well, it's a Monday. You know what? Had a long day at work. Ordering a little skip the dish.
Love it.
Love it.
Love it.
Yeah, it's Maga.
You got to save time on a Monday.
You got to do it. Here's a big one. Me and Dimitri are big fans. Same with South Carolina George and superfan Ryan. Monday Night Raw. Maga or Malaka?
Maga, easy.
Maga.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got it. At least a highlight package.
Well, you got it. Yeah. The highlight package.
You gotta do
YouTube
it.
that after. Yeah, exactly. How about this? Monday. It was a stressful day. You go to bed early. Go to bed early on the Monday.
Maga.
Maga.
Yeah, it's the only day I really can.
You really, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot going on. Well, the opposite. It's Monday. Hey, the weekend's not over yet in your mind. Stay up late.
No, Malaka, because you don't feel it Tuesday. You feel it Wednesday.
Yeah, feeling it on
It's
Wednesday.
a 2 day. It's jet lag.
Yeah, it's true.
Jet lag.
It's true. Well, here's another thing that happens on Monday. It's not Monday Night Raw. It's Monday Night Football. Maga or Malaka?
Maga.
of
But
course
you know
it's a
what?
Maga, yeah.
Malaka, if you're going to watch the whole game, because
Yeah.
let's be honest.
Yeah.
Second quarter's dry.
Well, it depends who's playing. I'll throw that. If it's Jacksonville or Cincinnati or something, which, by the way, are playing this Thursday, yeah, no. You know what? Malaka, that game, Maga to the rest of them all.
Okay, fair
Yeah,
enough.
let's go
I
ahead.
dig.
How about this? Monday, on the weekend, you were busy. You were doing yard work. You're running around. Sex. You're throwing the sex on the
No,
Monday.
Malaka, no.
I know
No,
it's a
I
lot,
want, look,
right? Yeah.
I want to go to bed early.
Yeah,
I want my takeout. I want to
just
watch
moving-
I just want to relax.
Yeah, I just want to watch
What, the other 6
highlight
days a
package of
week
Monday
aren't
Night
good
Football.
enough?
Yeah. It was,
Can I not take a break?
what is he, a robot?
You know. And that's just once a day. What about you, Mitch?
Yeah.
Twice a day. Hey,
Forget about it. You know what I'm
it's your
saying?
fault. He's a machine.
Hey, what am I? All right, second last one.
'Kay.
How about peruse the internet? Just
Maga.
perusing. Maga.
Maga. 7 days a week,
Hey,
you can do that.
I'll see you on the peruse sites. Last one. Here it is. Catch up on your favorite shows. Watch your favorite show on a Monday.
Maga.
Maga.
Yeah, Monday's a good lineup.
Yeah, there it is.
Monday's a great lineup. It's almost as good as the lineup of Real Locker Room Talk and the sports show. Roster, thank you very much. Don't forget to follow us on the channels at RLRT Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. Real Locker Room Talk if you're searching the Facebook bar. RLRT TV. Let's get that number to 34 subscribers. It didn't hurt anybody.
Except for George.
Except for, well, yeah, whatever. You know what? Forget George. He ain't going anywhere.
Hey,
George,
Hey,
don't
hey.
even, hey,
Hey,
like,
take
don't
your
touch it.
Take your
Don't
finger off
touch
that
it.
subscribe button.
Podbean, Spotify, iTunes, Sports Show, CJSW, 90.9 FM, second Tuesday of every month. We're doing too many things, and we're not kidding. We got a major announcement coming to you pretty quick. But that's episode 178. We got to shove it in the locker.
Shower. I'm not lying to you. Somebody brought it up to me the other day.
Who brought it up?
I can't.
Give me the initials.
It was open.
He said put a shower
He said put a shower head in.
I got to replace
And then you know what he said? He had the audacity to be like, I need you guys to do it naked. That's what he said. Should we just do it in towels next week? I'm in here. Hey, old cousin Jim, dreams do come true.
Isn't that a towel underneath your shirt anyways? I've never seen anyone dry themselves off with a carpet before.
That's
You're
not nice.
hairy.
Oh, I'm a hairy. You know what this was? This was from early age shaving. I shaved early and it came in coarse.
Did you actually know?
Well, it's true though.
So did you actually, all jokes aside, did you actually shave it all off or did you just trim it?
No.
You went bare?
Well, yeah, man, because I got intimidated.
Like you.
Well, but I was young, man. I didn't know
You were
the
influenced.
repercussions.
See,
I didn't
that's
realize.
That's an
I
insecurity.
didn't know.
It's insecurity.
Of course it was insecure. Have you been in the showers with the other guys?
What are we talking about? That's Joker's hockey. It's why I go.
Yeah, but you guys are all the same. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
No, son.
You know what I'm saying?
Some guys are better.
It looks like everyone's cold wearing their toques at the Joker's hockey. You know
some
what I'm
guys
saying?
are just better
growing
players
up,
than
Growing
others.
up, you're like, what? What's, huh. Look at that.